Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the introduction of jigs and fixture. So, jig and fixture. Jig is a device which holds and positions the work, locates or guides the cutting tool relative to the workpiece, and it is not fixed to machine table. It is lighter in construction and jigs are normally used for drilling, rimming, tapping, and counter boring. For these purposes, jig uses that is drilling, rimming, tapping, and counter boring. And jigs are also called as a production device. Okay, and on the other side, fixture fixture is work holding device which only holds and positions the work but does not involve itself in to guide, locate or position the cutting tool. Okay, that means its involvement is not there to either guide or locate or position the cutting tool. But here the construction of fixture is heavier, and fixture are normally used in turning, milling, shaping, and grinding. Fixtures are also called as a inspection device. Okay, here you can see the jig is there. Okay, and it holds and positions the works. Okay, and it also guides the cutting tool relative to the workpiece. Okay, but here it is not fixed to the machine table and it is lighter in construction. Okay, and here on the other side, fixture, it is work holding device, only holds and position the work. It does not guide or locate the position of a cutting tool. Okay, so now let us see the uses of jigs and fixture. So jigs and fixture are used to reduce the cost of production. Also, they are used to increase the production rate, also to assure the high accuracy of the parts, to provide for the interchangeability. Also, it enables heavy and complex shaped parts to be machined by holding rigidly to a machine. Also, to control quality control expenses, and it required less skilled labor and it saves the labor cost. Also, there is a use of partially automates the machine tool. Also, it last point, it improves the safety at work, thereby lowering the rate of accidents. Okay, these are the what importance or uses the jigs and fixture. Now let us see the next point, that is the considerations while designing jigs and fixture. So there are many points, let us see one by one. First, study of workpiece and finish the product or finish the component size and geometry. Next, type and capacity of the machine, its extent of automation, provision of locating devices in the machine, available clamping arrangements in the machine, available indexing devices, their accuracy, evaluation of variability in the performance results of the machine, rigidity, the machine tool under consideration, study of ejecting devices, safety devices, etc. And the last point is required level of accuracy in the work and quality to be produced. These are the important considerations while designing the jig and fixture. Now let us see next the elements of jigs and fixtures. So here you can see the various elements of jigs and fixture. So here you can see the elements. Now let us see the various elements of jigs and fixture. First element is a body. The jig body is generally made of a cast iron by casting process or fabricated by welding together various slabs and bars of mild steel. It may be heat treated to relieve the stresses. So if you see, the body is the most prominent feature of the jig. Its main purpose is to support and house the job. Okay, now after that there are three elements, that is locating devices, clamping devices, tool guides, that is jig bushing is there. Okay, now we will see in our upcoming videos the locating devices and clamping devices. Here you can see one more jig over here. Here you can see on the top of this plate the bushes are there to guide the tool. Okay, and here the work is holded here. Here the clamp is there. Okay, now let us see the types of jig. So first is template jig. This is the smallest type of drill jig. It is simply a plate and size of the workpiece with the required number of holes made in it accurately. Okay, a simple template type of jig, as here you can see over here on the bottom the workpiece is there and on the top template jig is there. As you can see over here, the jig is placed on the workpiece and the holes on the workpiece will be made by the drill, which will be guided through the holes in template. Okay, so initially what happens on the workpiece, and the template is kept, and on the template already the hole is made to guide the drill. Okay, so on placing the workpiece, just how many holes are there on the template, that will be drilled down the workpiece. Okay, the the plate should be hardened to avoid its frequent replacement. Okay, so the plate of this template jig is, it should be a hardened. Okay, and this type of jig is suitable if only a few parts are to be made. Okay, at that time this template jig can be used whenever the few parts are there. Now let us see the next type, that is plate type jig. This is, you can see the improvement of the template type of jig. Okay, in place of simple holes, okay, in place of simple holes drill bushes are provided. Okay, here you can see drill bushes are provided in the plate to guide the drill. The workpiece can be clamped to the plate and the holes can be drilled. The plate jigs are employed to drill holes in large parts, maintaining accurate spacing with each other. Okay, now let us see the next type of jig, that is channel jig. In this type, the jig is made of standard steel channel section. Here you can see the C, that is channel section. The channel jig is simple type of jig having channel like cross section. The component is fitted within the channel, is located and clamped by locating the knob. The tool is guided through the drill bush. So here you can see the workpiece can be clamped by this knob. Okay, so it can be fitted by this knob, and on the top the bush is there, so you can perform the drilling operation over here in the workpiece. Okay, so this is what the channel jig is there. Now let us see the next type of jig, that is box type jig. Okay, see, when the holes are when the holes are to drill more than one plane of the workpiece, at that time this box type jig uses. For positioning jig on the machine table feet, for positioning jig on the machine table feet have to be provided opposite each drilling bush plate. Okay, here you can see one side of the jig one side of the jig is will be provided with a swinging leaf for loading and unloading the workpiece. Such a jig would take the form of box. Okay, such a jig should be as light as possible since it will have lifted again and again. So here, if you can see, here the swing is there. Okay, swing arm you can say, and here the clamp is there. If you want to perform a drilling operation into the workpiece, at that time you are supposed to remove this clamp, also open this arm, so this will swing over here, and at that, and then you are supposed to place the workpiece over here, and then move down this arm and clamp this. Okay, and again when you perform the drilling operation over here, again you are supposed to unclamp this swinging clamp and move up this swing arm and remove the workpiece. Okay, so here you can perform the drill. Okay, in such a way. Now the next type of jig is open type jig. This also called as a turnover jig because the workpiece is located from the face that is to be drilled. Okay, and clamped in the jig. Then the jig is turned over for drilling. This jig is also known as open jig as the workpiece is not having any enclosure of the jig body around it, so it presents no problem in chip disposal. So in open type you can see here you can perform the drill and whatever the chip it produces, so it will be easy for a disposal. Okay, so there is no any box type over here in open type jig. Now let us see the next type of jig, that is leaf jig. It is also a sort of open type jig in which the top plate is arranged to swing about a fulcrum point so that it is completely clears the jig for easy loading and unloading of the workpiece. The drill bushes are fitted into the plate, which is also known as leaf, latch or lead. Okay, so here you can see the lock arrangement is here. Then by removing this you can swing this latch. Okay, and in this latch you can see the bushes are fitted to guide the drill tool. Okay, Here also one latch is there. You can see it holds the component over here, this latch. Okay, so this latch holds the component, and this is what you say, leaf. Okay, or this you can say arm also. Okay, in which latch and bushes are fitted. So let us see the next type of jig, that is angle plate jigs. So here you can see the angle plate jigs are used to hold parts that are machined at right angles to their mounting locators. Okay, pulleys, collars, and gears are some of the parts that use this type of jig. A variation is the modified angle plate jig, which is used for machining angles other than 90 degrees. So here you can see in first type, it is used to hold the part that are machined at right angle to their mounting locators, and this is the modified angle plate jig, which is used for machining angles other than 90 degrees. Okay, so let us see the next type of jig, that is diameter jig. Okay, so here you can see the shape of the workpiece, which is round circular shape. Okay, and here you can see one of the armies over here which kept on the this round shape workpiece, and this round shape workpiece is holding a V shape. Okay, V shape. Now here these diameter jigs are used to drill holes on the periphery of cylindrical or spherical workpieces. Okay, so this is why the diameter jig uses. So let us see once again the different types of jigs we have seen. That is, first we have seen that is template jig. Okay, this that template jig which was a simply a plate. Okay, which is made to the shape and size of the workpiece with the required number of holes in it. Okay, and it is just a simple type of a plate which we can place on the workpiece, and you can make the holes on the workpiece. Okay, and we can perform that drill. Okay, which will be guided through the holes in the template, but the limitations that the it was suitable for a few parts which are to be made. Okay, and second we have seen the plate type jig. This is nothing but the improvement of the template type of jig. Okay, the changes which made in the plate type jig is that in place of simple holes, drill bushes are provided in the plate to guide the drill, and this can be used to drill holes in large parts, maintaining accurate spacing with each other. Okay, and next we have seen the channel jig. In this type, that we have seen the cross section of the channel section is having the cross section of the jig was a channel. Okay, and where the component was fitted within the channel and clamped by the knob. Okay, on one end it will be knobbed, and on the other side the drilling can be performed. Okay, so this was the channel jig. After that we have seen the box type jig, that is when the holes can be drilled more than one plane at that time, we can use the box type jig. Okay, and here we can also see that the the swing arm was there. Okay, so the leaf was there. By swinging the leaf we can load and unload the workpiece. Okay, and for that swinging leaf the swinging clamp was there. And next we have seen the open type jig. Okay, so on that jig the workpiece is located from the face that is to be drilled and clamped in the jig. So the jig is turned over for drilling, and this was also called as a turnover jig also. And the one advantage of that open type jig was that it does not have any enclosure of the jig body around it, so there was no any problem of a chip disposal. Okay, in open type jig. And next we have seen the leaf jig. It is also one sort of one open type jig in which the arrangement is a swing about to fulcrum point, so that it completely clears the jig for easy loading and unloading of the workpiece. And whatever the drill bushes are there, they are fitted into the plates, which is also known as a lead or leaf. And the next type we have seen the angle plate jib, which is used to hold the parts that are machined at right angles to their mounting locators. And normally they uses for pulleys, collars, gears, and also the modified angle plate jig is made, which is used to machining angles other than 90 degrees. And the last type is a diameter jig that are used to drill holes on the periphery of cylindrical or spherical workpieces. So here today we have seen that introduction to jigs and fixture. Okay, the uses of jigs and fixture, important considerations while designing jigs and fixtures, elements of jigs and fixtures, types of jigs. Okay, we have seen the types of jig. Now in our next lecture we will see the locating devices, 3 to 1 principle. Okay, and the locators. Okay, so today we are going to stop over here. Okay, thank you.